Lucy was all of those things, so he's very well named, I think. Our next performer, or performance, two performers, is Brian and Aki. They're going to be performing a sonata for a solo instrument. So sonata is a sort of piece that, even though it looks like Brian is accompanying Aki playing the piano, the sonata, the way it works is that the musical importance rests with both instruments. So I assure you that Brian, accompanying Aki, is going to be working just as hard and showing just as much skill as the soloist is. Thank you very much. Okay, so without further ado and without further delay, please welcome to the stage Aki and Brian playing a sonata. first of a number of collaborations we have for you this afternoon. These are truly special opportunities. We have 20 scholars here at Shrewsbury, and the opportunity for the students to play with great musicians on staff, yes, they do have this opportunity, but they also have an opportunity to play with great musicians amongst themselves, and we have been encouraging them to do so. And I am very, very pleased to welcome to the stage our next collaboration between two of our finest singers. Please join me in welcoming Titi and Aira. And that happens an awful lot. It seems to happen an awful lot at the school, but particularly that last performance is absolutely gorgeous. Okay, so we have another collaboration for you. This time it's a scholar accompanying a scholar, and this is Nate working very hard on the piano and making Tim look good on the cello, and Tim on the cello working very hard, making Nate looking good on the piano. So playing another sonata, this time by Beethoven. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Tim and Nate. Beethoven is never to be taken lightly when piano players go to conservatoire to study music. Their teachers tell them, really, Beethoven, it's a little bit tough. And playing a Beethoven sonata and accompanying somebody as well, so impressive for a Year 12 student. So well done, Nate. And playing anything by Beethoven on the cello, it's a true feat. And seeing it done by a Year 9 student is truly amazing. It gives me great pleasure to introduce the next performance. It is my dream here to hear more and more traditional, not traditional, Western music, I should say, play on the extraordinary Thai instruments that we have at school. Rina and Kim especially. And when I heard the next collaboration rehearsing, I was absolutely thrilled. Playing with Sonny Rolins, which is Sonny Rollins St. Thomas, which is an absolute jazz standard that I have improvised on the trumpet many times through my life. And hearing it played on Tu Kim, accompanied by another scholar on the piano, is absolutely a dream come true for me. So I hope you enjoy this. I would like to introduce to the stage 3 scholars. We have two Thai instrument scholars, sisters Winnie and Annie, and they're being accompanied by one of our piano scholars, In. And please join me in welcoming them to the stage. That makes my heart sing. Love it, absolutely. Okay, so our next performer, I'm going to just give a little bit of an introduction because he is one of the movers and shakers of this performance today and has taken it upon himself to be an organizer amongst the scholars, which is why he is sort of, seems to have stepped up in terms of his role in supporting the young musicians and doing what a scholar should. And I'm ever so proud of him, and I'm really glad that he's playing some Ravel for you today. So please join me in welcoming Brian back to the stage. Extraordinary to hear a young person, and Brian is a young person, let's face it, play the bell and play a piece like that. It's so dense and so mature and such an accomplishment. So it's truly a privilege to watch. Okay, so next we have the first of our piano trios today. A piano trio is a chamber group made popular in the kind of the mid-1800s. And it features a piano who plays melodies and bass lines and chords and harmonies. A melody instrument, sometimes, most of the time a violin, but in this case we have a flautist. And a bass and tenor instrument that can provide bass lines and also tenor counter melodies. The treble instrument, the flute in this case, will provide melody lines and counter melodies as well. I'm pleased that we have our own very own arranger of the next piece as well. The pianist Rina also arranged this movement. It is called, in French, The Girl with the Flaxen Hair, or loosely translated as That Blonde Girl, and is in the same era as the Ravel that Brian just played, but has a slightly, well actually not even slightly, a vastly different feel to it. Please welcome to the stage Aira on the treble, Tim on the tenor and bass, and Rina on the piano, playing a little bit of Debussy. little bit about those last two pieces. They actually come from about the same time period and from the same location. So what Brian played and what the piano trio just played are by two contemporary Debussy and Ravel, both in the same style, but vastly different. One of those beautiful pieces of French impressionist music is The Girl with the Flaxen Hair, and I played it many times with Brat's Quintet, and it lends itself so nicely to arranging, and Rina did an absolutely beautiful job at arranging for those instruments. She used the cello as a tenor line as well as the bass part, and the flute as melody and the counter melody very effectively. So well done, Rina. Particularly impressive. Okay, so just give us a couple of minutes before I introduce Ozone. They'll be with you shortly. Okay, so our next is obviously a collaboration amongst scholars, non-scholars, friends, and making great music together is a great way to spend time together. And I'm super, super happy that this group have worked on more than just this piece and have worked together most of this year. I have to mention, well not have to, I would like to mention, we have our newest scholar in this group, and I hope you get a chance to listen to him play a solo performance at our next scholar recital, because he's absolutely fantastic on the guitar, Tam. So welcome. So we have our cellist who also plays the violin, who is singing. We have Tam, who's on the guitar, who also is a pretty mean piano player. And we have Korn on the drums, who also plays the saxophone. And the double bass is going to be featured, one of his instruments, for our coming Hooked on Classics concert at the end of this term. And Pete and Don helping out in a very sort of low-key but highly skilled way. So please join me in welcoming Ozone. I would like to thank our two staff who have assisted so far. On the saxophone just then was Too Big. Well done, Too Big. And on the piano we heard earlier, and we will hear again, Mr. J, our extraordinary accompanist. The students that you see before you today are scholars because of their hard work. They're also scholars because they have had absolutely fantastic teachers over the years. They're also scholars because they are in an environment that encourages that sort of thing. And then finally, they are scholars because of your support. Parents, you are responsible for these extraordinary musicians just as much as they are. Your encouragement, your patience, your saying that was absolutely fine, let's keep going and try it again. All of that results in the extraordinary musicianship that you see before you today. Our year 13s, we have Titi, we have heard Brian, and next is another year 13 of Nong-Tae, and later on, you playing piano. We are certainly going to miss them as they go, and we welcome and celebrate the opportunity to have them perform for you today. Our next performer is Nong-Tae, as soon as we get the piano in position. Mr. Beddington, are you? Okay, and I need to thank another one of our staff assistants, Mr. Beddington, who is going to be accompanying Nong-Tae in a moment. So please join me in welcoming to the stage Nong-Tae. ahead. The next scholar is another new scholar, so after we heard Tam shredding away on the guitar there, it gives me great pleasure to introduce another new scholar, and this is Claire. So please join me and welcoming Claire. Are we ready to the stage? one of our most recent additions to the Scarbo's. Absolutely amazing. What a brilliant plot. Okay, and I forgot to mention, that was a sonata, yeah? Flute and piano. So Brian working away on the piano, not accompanying, but definitely playing a joint solo role in the performance, and very, very impressive to do that so well. Okay, our next performer is, normally we hear her on the piano for these, and I was very pleased to see that she is playing violin for us today, doing a movement from a concerto, which is a piece for orchestra and instrument and solo instrument. Please join me in welcoming Pimpin to the stage. Absolutely beautiful tone. Next we have another sort of first or premiere in her first Scholar concert, and sadly one of her last because she's a year 13, but she's an extraordinary musician, pianist as well as a violinist, supporting the orchestra. Please join me in welcoming you to the stage. Okay, I got up to 97, 98 notes in that one, I think, something like that. Chopin, such a challenge to play and to play musically, so fantastic stuff. Okay, so we have another year 13. We're finishing with the year 13s today, which is, I think, a good, sensible decision for the design, because it's lovely to finish with these students that have been with us for so long. Our next performer, he is one of our only violists in the orchestra, so thank goodness for him. But he's really a vocal scholar, and it gives me great pleasure to introduce him again to the stage, this time singing on his own, and this is Titi.
twisted fate. There's not the slightest trace of anything that even hints of kindness. And from my tortured shape, no comfort, no escape. I see, but deep within his utter blindness, hopeless, as my dream dies, as the time flies. Love's a lost illusion, helpless, unforgiving, cold and driven to this sad conclusion. No beauty could move me, no goodness improve me, no power on earth if I can't love her. No passion could reach me, no lesson could teach me how I could have loved her and make her love me too. If I can't love her, then who? Long ago I should have seen all the things I could have been. Careless and unthinking, I moved onward. No point anymore if I can't love her. No spirit could win me, no hope left within me. Hope I could have loved her, and that she sets me free. But it's not to be if I can't love her. Let the world be done with me.
Ladies and gentlemen, our final performance today is another piano trio. This time it is the traditional format, which is a piano plus violin and cello. Remember that for these kinds of pieces, all three players are going to be working extra hard. The piano has the job of playing melody, bass, and harmony. The violin has the job of playing melody and counter-melody. And the cello has a job of playing tenor, counter-melody, and bass lines. And the fact that we've got three students here performing a Mendelssohn piano trio is absolutely extraordinary and something that you're not going to find in a school almost anywhere in the world. So it's absolutely brilliant that we have these three young musicians performing for us today. Please join me in welcoming to the stage Brian again, and this time joined by Mimi on cello and Aki on violin, playing Mendelssohn's Piano Trio. posing for some pictures. I hope you enjoyed the show. This is such an extraordinary set of musicians, and it is such a great honor to work with them. And it thrilled me to bits that you can see the potential here, or the amazing achievements. The concert without weakness, with such variety and dedication to their art. I am so very proud of these young people. However, we need to give a hand to the unsung heroes of these musical occasions. So first of all, a warm round of applause for the parents of these children for raising such wonderful musicians. Your love, support, and dedication is one of the reasons why they achieve such great heights. They don't do this on their own. There's all sorts of people behind them giving them encouragement and showing them the way. Also giving them encouragement and showing the way are their teachers, their instrumental teachers, their music classroom teachers, those adults around them who are musicians that inspire them onto their musical journeys in order to achieve these things. These are things that happen not by accident, but by design. And the extraordinary music that you've heard today is in part due to the fact that these students are being coached and taught very well. So please give a warm round of applause for their teachers too. And finally, we will applaud the scholars as they come out. But finally, I would like to give a warm round of applause to those students here that are supporting the scholars. Some of them aspire to be scholars themselves, and some of them definitely are on that road. And some are just here because it's fun and they're their friends. And I would like to thank them as well. So well done, the supporting musicians.